Hey guys, how's it going? It's your M.K.S here. So August is almost over, a new month is upon us. I wish August would have been a bit better, to be honest, weather-wise, and I wish I had more energy and I could have done more and been focused on my ideas and achieved a lot more. But never mind. Hopefully, next year in August I'll do. But I know there are many months between them. Almost, well, I suppose a year or so. Depending on how you look at it, but because it's my birth month, as I often say, I really wanted it to be good. So I don't want to be too downbeat either. So anyway, hopefully next year, as I say, will be better. But I would have liked it to be, better this year. I know I'm drinking a lot of junk drinks and food and eating junk food and all that, but I've still got a lot of stuff left over from my birthday. Like one of my sisters got me like loads of junk food and stuff like that, which is probably not very good for me because I'm borderline diabetic, so it probably wasn't that great. I know it's only once a year, but I actually just wanted to give donations to charity. I didn't really want any presents, but it's still great, obviously, for people to spend time thinking about you and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I hope I can fundraise as much as possible for charity in the future as well. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling if I can and crack on with this part 3 of this video. I wanted to finish it definitely before September. Initially, I wanted to finish it before, but I wanted to do it like a week or so ago. But anyway, we're here now, so to speak. So please check out parts 1 and 2. 1 and 2, yeah, that's right. If you haven't already done so, and hope you'll enjoy them if you haven't already watched them, and hope you did enjoy them if you have already watched them. And I hope you'll enjoy this. But yeah, so cracking on. Number 21, just to recap, I'll say 21 again. This idea I had for the August Zuckerberg Foundation is an idea based on what I would love to encourage or convince Mark Zuckerberg and co. Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook and I forget his partner's name, but anyway, the Zuckerberg family to pursue, perhaps, if they agree with the idea, or at least share the idea. So I'm not sure if I made it. I thought about it after when I made part 2, and I said about I'm not sure if they would agree with using their daughter's name, and it probably made it sound like I wanted to develop this idea, but actually what I wanted to do was suggest this idea. Really, I don't really want any profit from it. I just want to give money to charity. I'd probably like to have some credit for coming up with the idea, but I want it to be run by like Facebook or the foundation or whatever, or any foundation that Mark Zuckerberg or Facebook run, and possibly use it for their PR. So it would be for their own benefit as well as the people in Africa. And my gain really would be to feel good about it and like to be proud and to have it as part of my legacy. And yeah, that I came up with the idea. But so people can look back at this video and say, you heard it here first, sorry. Yeah, so hopefully that makes more sense. But yeah, so the charity would be called, ideally, in my mind's eye, if you like, in my imagination or my thoughts, the August Zuckerberg charity, named after August Zuckerberg. My birthday also being in August as well, as and also a few of my siblings. But so for me, it's like a month I'd love to be positive as well and charitable. So as well as August Zuckerberg being born in August, as I said before, like a day before my birthday, I think, and also being called August as well. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, to set up that charity and like it to be named in her honor. But when as she grows a bit older, obviously, when she's old enough like to learn to code, and then in the future maybe even to be like the patron of that charity and like to be encouraged to go to parts of Africa and teach herself to teach what she learns, like coding and programming perhaps, and also to support like game makers across Africa and things like that sort of thing. Number 22, again, I'd love to hear what ideas people come up with and see what can be done and what can be achieved through my ideas and other people's ideas as well. Number 23, again, this would be a foundation like charity, obviously. Excuse me. So I hope that any profit it makes, if it does make any money, or basically like if I'm really being dreamy, if that's the right word, if I'm being really super idealistic, I'd love like from next August, or if I could have done, I would have done this August perhaps, but or maybe even like it could be set up before, like But maybe like in August 2021, maybe that would be idealistic. But it could be like a monthly thing or whatever, rather than just annual. But maybe Facebook could give a certain amount of their stock throughout the year, or even like all of their profits from August, outside and use it for their PR, or at least 10% of the profits or something like that, or 50% or whatever, from August itself, specifically towards the development of African programmers, coders, game makers, and that sort of thing, like Africans making their own tech games instead of, as well as playing them, like online games, PC games, video games, and so on and so forth, games to do with technology and that sort of thing, but as well as other areas of technology, as well as many areas of, so basically to empower African tech generally. And I'd love to develop similar ideas to bring big tech into Africa, generally, like big tech for Africa and that sort of thing. Number 24, again, I'd love for it to support as many parts of Africa as possible. As I mentioned before, like all 54 countries and the approximately billion or so people, especially indigenous Africans, and in particular girls, to learn for the future, girls and women, but also boys as well. Like some schools could be set up perhaps, if they raise funds for like developing schools. Some could be boys, some could be for girls, and some could be unisex perhaps. Again, I'd love to hear what you think about that and all my other ideas. Hopefully it won't be too harsh, as I often say. Number 25, I'd love to, like, for the August Zuckerberg charity to like work with, obviously presuming it would be set up to work with other organizations such as Tech Republic Africa, excuse me, and all other possible organizations that deal with African tech. And again, if it's set up, maybe, as I mentioned, I think in part 2 of my list, or my videos, that if it's set up, maybe Apple, IBM, Microsoft, and other companies like Apple, which is supposedly the richest company in the world, and companies like that could also be encouraged to have their own foundations which could support African tech generally and that sort of thing. Number 26, again, hope like coming together, people will come up with ideas to empower Africa, and again in the future maybe August Zuckerberg to go to parts of Africa and to teach and train, but also other people to try and help the next the next tech titans to come from Africa, and help young African teens to make as much money as possible. Maybe even, I think it'd be great to see, like, I've heard of like coders or people who made games, apps and things like that becoming millionaires by the time they're teenagers or even before that. So I think it'd be great to see people in Africa achieve that sort of thing. And also perhaps Aborigines and Maoris, people from like indigenous Australasians basically. Number 27, I hope to like have a list of the top contributors to this charity as well, if and when it gets up and running. And again, hopefully Facebook could use it as part of their PR, and Facebook for Good and things like that, and Tech for Good and Big Tech supporting Africa, Big Tech for Africa, and hopefully get loads of tax exemptions for doing so. All their tax money could go into training up people in Africa, which in turn could go and work for Facebook, so they'd get something back for the taxes they pay, and it would be like an investment. Number 28, again, I hope for it to benefit Africa in all possible ways, excuse me, especially in technology, but maybe even like in entrepreneurship and roads, building roads and schools, even hospitals and things like that. Number 29, I hope to encourage as many people as possible to support this idea, especially people of colour, my fellow mixed race people, my fellow mutts as I call us, and also to encourage such things as like neurodiverse people to go to parts of Africa and teach technology, and also people from Africa to learn about, to encourage neurodiverse people from Africa itself, and possibly from indigenous Australasian communities to get into tech. And number 30, again, I'd love to hear as many ideas as possible and see how the idea can be developed. Anyway, I'm out. Hope you enjoyed this video, and peace and love.